So I know we only have two, but didn't know if we want to go ahead and start with
Some
of
positive
the good
comments.
stuff that
Yeah.
we talked about,
wanna
specifically
I always let you go first.
the Morris Institute we started with.
Yes, we named the Institute for Wildlife, Fisheries, and Aquatic Systems after Mr. Johnny Morris because of his strong commitment to environment as well as conservation of natural resources. We believe that this would be an exciting initiative that focuses on the importance of water and the fact that this state has two major river systems and that we are also at the intermodal section of transportation with rail, with waterways, as well as the highways. And this also ties into the work that we do at the School of Journalism with the Water Desk that is founded with support from the Walden Family Foundation to support awareness of water issues. So we're very excited about that.
Sure. We would be remiss if while we're here in Kansas City, we didn't talk about all the great things that are going on here at UMKC. One, we're very excited about the increase in tuition at all four of our campuses and the positive numbers you saw with regard to graduation rates and all of those things, GPAs and everything. But we would also like to highlight the fact that, the UMKC Health District is going to be, amazing and help so many Kansas Cityans. We're excited about the growth of this campus, and we're excited about their focus on making sure that they are Kansas City's university and that they're addressing the needs of the greater metropolitan area and making sure that kids feel like that they can stay in Kansas City and get a quality education, and that education will also provide practical experience in whatever career path they're choosing.
And I know you said you're excited about the increase in enrollment that we have here. President Troy, if you want to talk, we're in our third week of school for most of the universities, and enrollment retentions are looking
Yes,
great.
enrollment is very strong. We're about 10% higher in first-time college students compared to this time last year, and that's throughout the system. We've also achieved historic highs in retention rates, and for the benefit of Roger and Alex, we hit a retention rate of 91.4%. That is almost 3 points higher than last year. And the graduation rate is at 76%, and that number keeps going up each year. I know that these are numbers, these are percentages, but every student that returns, that graduates in 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, contributes to that. And that means that each person that has had a successful outcome contributes to those numbers. So we're very excited about that. I do also want to share that there's been tremendous progress at University of Missouri, Kansas City under Chancellor Agrawal's leadership. And it is for those reasons that he's been appointed for another 5-year term with the support and approval of the Board of Curators.
Okay, I think at this point in time, we'll go ahead and open up the questions. I'm going to go to Alex first, and then Roger will catch you in here in just a second. Alex, just a couple questions, and we'll see what time we've got.
I've written a couple down while you guys were talking, but I have one. So this question is for Missouri and KBI and a KOMU reporter who could not make it. I'm asking for it. So, and it's related to something that wasn't mentioned in the meeting. So your decision to end some existing care for transgender minors raised a lot of concerns in our coverage area. Why were providers and families not notified sooner if the system was weighing the liability of continuing this care under the new law?
Very good question. And we also received input from local legislators in the Columbia region asking the same question. And our response has been that, first of all, we care about the treatment of all individuals. And we also care about the ability of our providers to continue providing excellent care to the 250,000 Missourians that live around central Missouri. We made that decision after learning about the court case that challenged that law. And so we were really working through our decision until the last minute. All along, our goal was to follow the law. When the law allowed it, we provided gender-affirming care. When the law disallowed it, we made the decision that we're going to be stopping all of those care. Now, we're also providing information to the families that have been receiving the care and the minors so that there can be that transition of care at other locations that will continue to provide that care. Now, those providers that provided gender-affirming care before at the University of Missouri also treat other patients for other types of healthcare needs. But the liability that we saw potentially that can affect their ability to provide care overall was of great concern. And that's the reason that we decided to end that care for the, I believe it's less than a dozen individuals that are affected, but we are now working with them to provide that transition service to other places.
And Alex, I know you're operating for 3 people, so I don't know the names of the people I'm talking to, but I think that's the important part, is that we're not just saying, no, you're done, figure it out on your own. We're making sure that they transition to someone else and that they have the medications and things that they need to make that transition. So it's not that the university is saying we're not going to do it, it's that under our reading of the law and the explanations we've received under the law, we have no other option. And as we look at this issue and as it evolves, we will consider all options that are brought to us that can help us make sure that those patients are getting the care that they need.
So, because I have the opportunity, just so I understand, so I want to make sure I understand what you're saying. There were too many risk factors.
That's right.
To it, and you were transitioning it to off campus. Okay, thank you.
One more question?
One more question. Okay. With the naming of the building, does that come with any additional funding or programs through the Institute?
Yes, it does. Currently, there's been $8 million that were raised through the foundation to support the Institute. So we'll be seeing the dividends that come from that endowment. But the overall goal of the foundation is to raise $30 million to support. And that $30 million, we're looking at about $1.2 to $1.3 million per year in annual expenditures to help support the programs that we have at the university. Thank you.
One thing I want to clarify, you said the name of the building.
Institute.
Institute. I want to make sure that we were in.
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right.
All right, Roger? Hi, Roger.
Yeah, just wanted to make sure you're ready for me. Okay, President Choi, the union representing some MU workers in printing services are asking the university to reverse the decision to outsource those services. They say the printing services has rebounded since the pandemic, and that the decision to phase it out was premature. Do you maintain it was the correct decision to phase it out?
Yes, I do. It wasn't a decision that we made without full input from the constituents that we've been working with, that the customers, if you want to say, of printing and mailing services. We did receive good service, but times are changing, and we must be able to transform our operation, whether it's in printing or mailing or other areas, so that we can maximize the performance as well as reduce costs where we can, and to reinvest those costs into the academic and research and engagement efforts of the university. So I stand by those decisions, the decision, and we also are committed to working with the employees to find placement in other parts of the university where these excellent employees can contribute.
One more question, Roger?
This kind of plays off the other question. Is it about ending treatment for transgender youth at MU Healthcare? Is it the threat of legal action that's included in the law that was the main concern in that decision?
That is a primary concern, and Roger, I'm assuming that you read that section of the law, and it was pretty clear. And the liability issue, it's not just the liability, it's if it leads to the prevention of our providers to provide care to those that need support, then we're actually hurting the overall healthcare enterprise in mid-Missouri. And so that is a primary reason why we decided to end the treatment.
Okay, on time, do you need to go, or do we have time for maybe one more question?
I'm here till you tell me to leave.
Yeah.
So, Ash, do you have any other?
I do have a follow-up, and this is completely my apologies because I'm working for different
Yes.
hats. So, my understanding is that the bill allows for a continuance of care if they started care before, and that has been completely removed. So, what is the risk factors that are contributing to not allowing for that continuance of care specifically?
I think significant enough for us to determine that it was best for us to end that care and provide transition services for those receiving care to other facilities that are providing that care. And I know that this did affect a number of families, but we're working closely with them, and we'll continue to work with them so that they can get that transition service from us.
And Alex, I've been reading a lot on this and making sure we are complying with what we think is best. But I think the damages provision in there is what causes it. While you can continue the care for someone who's currently under it, my understanding is that liability still continues with a 15-year statute of limitations if something were to happen or if they were to change their mind later. Meaning 15 years after they're an adult, you could face potential liability, which is what kind of causes the issue. And we're making sure that our understanding is the understanding, and if, to the extent that we've gained new information, we're going to talk about it, discuss it, and make sure our legal counsel is aware of whatever changes the law makes or whatever the legislature tells us about our understanding of that law.
Roger, one last question?
No, I think I'm
Good? Okay. All right, well, thank you both. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alex.